Let me give you a guided tour. Let us learn some more.
Hello, I'm the Amastorian and welcome back to my channel. This episode is gonna be on the Vaxholms Citadel. So let's get to it. 1517, there was a civil war in Sweden. It was between the regent Sten Sture the Young and Archbishop Gustav Trolle. This led to that the Danish king Christian II, 1519, was able to invade. And how did he do it? Basically by ship, going through the Stockholm archipelago. And he did this 1519. So when Gustav Vasa was king, he was king he was born 1496 and he died 1560. He was elected king in Sweden 1523, and he actually was the one who threw Christian II out of Sweden. And he laid the plans for the citadel 1544. And 1548 the first citadel was built. It was a blockhouse made of wood with some cannons. During the reign of Gustav Vasa's son, Johan III, he was king between the years 1556 and 1563. The blockhouse was replaced by a round stone tower. And 1604, it was reinforced. 1612, it was reinforced even more. It was strengthened with earthen ramparts and so on. 1612, the Vaxholm house was fended off a Danish invasion. During the Great Nordic War between 1719 and 1721, the Russian fleet did something that changed the course of the war. It was the Russian ravages. This means that the Russian fleet went up and down the eastern coast and basically just burned and destroyed anything that wasn't nailed down. And they burned and destroyed stuff that was nailed down too. They basically didn't leave one house standing. And they tried to hit Stockholm as well. But to hit Stockholm, they had to get past the citadel. Or rather, Vaxholm house. It wasn't called the citadel yet. So the Russian ships attacked the citadel, but was repelled. The Russians never tried to attack Stockholm again. It was that bad for them. 1833, the citadel was totally reconstructed, and the fortification that we stand today is of that day. The fortifications officer Carl Fredrik Meyer was responsible for the job. The walls are 2.2 meters thick and are made of granite. The central tower is 4 floors high, and the construction was done 1863. Rindö Redutt was placed on Rindö, the island next to the citadel, and it is basically a small fortress overlooking the major fortress, and they two are actually helping each other to repel attackers going through the strait. And that makes a very devastating crossfire effect. And the problems with this fortress is that 1872 the armor ship Hildur did a test firing on the citadel. The cannon that was used was one cannon. It was a 240 millimeter cannon. Yeah, that's a big piece of metal flying at you. 240 millimeters. That's enormous. The problem was that these cannons sliced through the walls. It looked like a Swiss cheese afterwards. Also, the ships of the day had become too big for the strait that this fortress was supposed to defend. That made the fortress completely obsolete. Why build a big fortress here when no ship can get through it anyway because the ship is too big? That was not good at all. But this fortress is quite interesting when you think of it as a military strategic fortress of the day. It was built very well, and it was built sturdy as hell, but it was not made for the cannons of the day, the new rifled cannons. Before this they had the old smoothbore ones that was basically a big musket, but this was in the transition between smoothbore cannons and the rifled cannons, and the rifled cannons just had much more punch and just smashed through those walls, even if they were made of granite and was 2.2 meters thick. That made the entire thing completely useless, and that sucks because it's a quite impressive fortress still today. So what did they do with it? Well, they used it as a prison for about 200 years, and they used it for supplies and basically as a headquarter. But that was simply all they could use it for. The other problem with it is that there is no freshwater source on the citadel at all. The freshwater had to be rowed from Rindö, the neighboring island. There was a well there, so some unlucky schmucks had to get a barrel and buckets, row a small rowboat over, fill the barrel and row it back, and then take it bucket by bucket up to a cistern and dump it in, and then go back for more. Whole day they just rowed water back and forth. But I guess this is gonna be it for now. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook as the Amastorian. Bye bye.
Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe.